Now, as these headlines hit the world over, one thing was becoming increasingly clear: Pakistan's complicity. Does Pakistan really expect the world to believe that Osama was in a house that matches the description of an ISI safe house, that he was living comfortably so close to Islamabad without them knowing? The denials followed shortly.
Besides, he also said that the same helicopter was carrying commandos who landed against the specific house where the operation has been conducted. And when the locals tried to know the situation and know what was going on around the house, the commandos warned all the locals that they must stay away.
It has come as a big surprise, I think, to most of Pakistanis who had been told or who had been speculating for all those years that he probably is dead. But it does come as a surprise, particularly the vicinity of the location from where he has been killed. It's very close to the Pakistan Military Academy. This is where the Pakistan military officers get their preliminary training. So I think this is a very, very big blow to Al-Qaeda, but on the other hand also as a big surprise to all of us. We also had believed that probably he was long dead, but obviously the American intelligence pursued him as much as it could, and today we saw the result.
Well, that's too early a statement and too strong a statement to make. Just because he's been killed in Pakistan doesn't mean that he's not been traveling before this. It's too general, and I would say too deliberate, pernicious statement to make at this moment. He could have been traveling. If you know Abbottabad, where the operation was carried out, you would not be able to make that statement, because Abbottabad lies in the heart of almost on the borders of the frontier region and Punjab. It's almost the middle of Pakistan, and no foreign forces come in without the support and the availability of the logistical support of Pakistan. So let's be very clear that Pakistan was or has been a key player in this entire thing. Why Pakistan will not make a claim to that? Simply for the reason we are still yet continue to be in that war, and the implications of such an incident and an event and an event of major proportions is obviously going to be large.
Osama bin Laden ने मुझसे कहा कि मेरा इंटरव्यू आप रात को करेंगे. ये रमज़ान का महीना था और दिन को ज़ाहिर है उनका रोज़ा था, तो उन्होंने इसके ऊपर इंसिस्ट किया, ज़वाहिरी ने, मोहम्मद आतिफ ने और उसामा ने, कि रात को इंटरव्यू करेंगे जब ये खा पी सकेंगे और वहाँ पे पानी भी पिएंगे, चाय. तो ये उन्होंने इसलिए कहा कि दिन के वक्त उनके लिए मुमकिन नहीं था कि वो बगैर खाए पिए.
अच्छा, यहाँ पे रहीमुल्लाह साहब, मैं आपसे थोड़ी सी चाहता हूँ कि हम आपस में एक्सचेंज ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन करें ताकि हमारे व्यूअर्स के भी नॉलेज में इजाफा हो. आप ये कह रहे हैं कि 98 में जब आप मिले तो वो लाठी के सहारे चल रहे थे और उनके आप लग रहा था कि वो मरीज़ हैं, लेकिन मई 1998 में जब मेरी कंधार में उनसे मुलाकात हुई तो शायद मुझे दिखाने के लिए, या शायद मुझे दिखाने के लिए नहीं, उन्होंने कुछ देर के लिए फुटबॉल भी खेला था वहाँ पे एक बड़े से कंपाउंड में. तो आपके ख्याल में ये सिर्फ एक नुमाइशी उन्होंने खेला फुटबॉल, या वाकई वो फुटबॉल के शौकीन थे?
नहीं, देखें, मई 1998 में तो उनकी सेहत ठीक थी
जी.
हम भी उनसे मिलकर आए थे 25 मई 1998 को होस्ट में, जब उन्होंने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की थी और अमेरिका और इसराइल के खिलाफ जिहाद का ऐलान किया था. हम 10 पाकिस्तानी सहाफ़ी गए थे.
जी, मुझे वो याद है बिल्कुल. वो लेकिन मेरी मुलाकात उससे चंद दिन पहले हुई थी.
हाँ बिल्कुल. तो उस वक्त वो मेरे ख्याल में ठीक ठाक थे और फुटबॉल खेलते थे, घुड़सवारी करते थे. लेकिन ये जब हमारी मुलाकात दूसरी बार हुई दिसंबर 1998 में, तो मेरे ख्याल में उनकी गुर्दे की तकलीफ़ बढ़ गई थी, इसलिए बार बार वो पानी पी रहे थे, सब्ज़ चाय पी रहे थे. और मुझे ज़वाहिरी ने कहा कि इनको मसला है, इनको मसला है, बीमारी है.
Well, both countries and their military establishment as well as the intelligence establishment, they were suspicious of each other, and that was quite an open secret